we are getting a 3.75-inch scale Ghost for the Star Wars Vintage Collection, and I've seen it in person. Hey everybody, welcome to the Dano channel. I am Dano, and I'm back to talk about more Star Wars Vintage Collection action figures. That's these little 3.75-inch scale, not the big 6-inch Black Series, but these smaller, more classic scale vehicles, similar to this Razor Crest. Now, this last week during San Diego Comic-Con, which I was present at, Hasbro announced the latest Haslab. Now, for months and months and months, it had been rumored about what it was going to be. Is it going to be a Death Star playset? Is it going to be the Ghost? It turns out it was the Ghost. I'd heard varying things on the price, that it was going to be upwards of like $700 or lower. This, I believe, was $375 for the Razor Crest, plus shipping, so it came out to like $400. But this time we have the Vintage Collection Ghost at $499, $500. More expensive than this one, but it's also much larger, or at least it is based on the model that I saw in person. Now, before I show you my footage of what I got in person, I do want to go to the website for Haslab and show you kind of the status of everything over there. All right, this is the Haslab website. Boom, there. Look at it. Just look at it. Just look at it right up there. It looks great. And notice it says Ahsoka. This is going to be for Ahsoka. At this point, it's been a few days, and it's already reached its target goal of 8,000 backers. So it's going to get made. It's already crowdfunded. It is already a success. And we still have 42 days, 6 hours, and 47 minutes to go at the time of this recording. All right. So if you wanted, you could agree to the terms, back the campaign, do the thing. I do want to look at some of these photos real quick and see what we can kind of gather. So it does have a cockpit that removes. It does have a top panel that removes, a back panel that removes, a docking Phantom 2, and a removable cockpit, or removable gunner station up top. I like the looks of that. That is really cool. Just kind of a better look at some of that. Oh, and look at the landing gear at the bottom. I didn't notice that before. All right, what else we got next? There's a look at the inside. Very cool. I like seeing it with the figure. Actually, really like seeing that with the Hera figure inside there. And that does look like these might be photos of the model that we saw at not Celebration, but San Diego Comic-Con. Notice where my mouse is right here, those markings. Let's see if we notice those later in the footage. Just these little markings where I'm hovering the mouse over. I wonder if those markings will be the exact same on the model that we saw in San Diego. All right, next shot. Here's a look at some of the, these are like the bedrooms, the little bed quarters there. Very nice, very nice. Not a whole lot to see there. And what else we got next? There's another angle of those same bed quarters. You can see a lot of the markings and stuff on the inside. It looks really, really cool. I was talking to them. They said not really many stickers, so don't expect like stickers or work that you're going to have to do. There will be some assembly. There always is, but nothing major, which means it's going to be a big box. It's going to be a very big box. Even this was a big box, and the engines came separate, and you can remove the engines. So, I don't know. It's going to be fairly large. But here's a look at the inside of the cockpit. Ooh, I like that. So all these little decals and everything will probably already be placed. But for the most part, a lot of the stuff's going to be painted. Like, notice Sabine's chair down here has some paint markings on it. And I love how each chair is different. I never really noticed that in the show, but everybody's chair is different. And it's such a cool... I like it. I think it's a neat touch. All right, next up, we've got... Here's an alternate, the other side, the other view of the cockpit. And then there's the seat up front, too, which is down at the bottom. Probably get a better look at here in just a second. But there's just the look at the cockpit from over there. Here it is, assembled with a little docking bay hatch at the bottom. I like it. I like it. And here's another look. Look at the landing gear and how it snaps into place. So you can remove it. It looks like you should be able to just pop that out. It's not going to be a big deal. Here is another angle of the cockpit, or a little gunner station up front. Love that. Love to see it. All right, what's next? There it is where you can remove it and see the main cockpit and the gunner station up front. And what's next? We've got the turret up top, 360. It rotates 360. And we've got, oh, there it is, the Phantom 2, which is docked. I love the artwork on the top. Look at the sticker up top there. And you get a little chopper. Chopper comes in the Phantom. But it is just his head, and it does rotate. So just be aware of that. Not a full figure. Not a full figure of Chopper. But you can get Chopper from the Droid Depot. They sell them at Galaxy's Edge. So you can get a 3.75-inch Chopper figure. It is not standard vintage collection, so it doesn't have as much articulation and details maybe as a TVC figure would, but it's still a very good figure. All right, next up, we've got Actually, you know, I want to go back to that other one real fast because it tells you the width, 28 inches wide. So from end to end, 28 inches wide. Let me unzoom on that. The length, which would be from the front to the back, 34.5 inches, and the height, 13 inches from its lowest point to its highest point, where the turret is by the looks of it, or the top of the Phantom 2. So it's a very sizable ship. All right, next up we've got this photo, more just kind of a close-up look at it. Nothing too major. Here's another angle. We've got, what is this, the back side? There's the front side, just a different look at the front side. And there's the bottom. Okay, looks good, looks good. There's a side profile, looks stubby. I dig it, I dig it, I dig it. All right, oh, did I skip some stuff? I probably skipped some stuff. Oh, look, you can fit a figure inside Phantom 2. That's a cool touch. It's a very cool touch. There's a look of it closed. Oh, I'm very excited for this. This looks really cool. It is $500, and that is a ton of money. So am I going to back it? I'm on the fence. I might, but I'm honestly thinking the smarter way for me to do it, because I've seen it in person, I don't have anywhere to put it. The smarter thing for me to do would be to sell the crest. I know. Sell the Razor Crest and then move on with my life. Kind of. Okay, so we're back to where we were. I'm going to scroll down through. Okay, so they do have this little video on here going on about the Ghost crew. Now's your chance to join. It does show some of the features, so I'm going to put it up on screen for now. Okay, here we go. Largest vintage collection starship ever. Really, they've only had the Razor Crest, and this is much bigger than Razor Crest. Goes over those measurements. One of the galaxy's most famous starships. One of. Wait, they're saying this is bigger than the Falcon? Is that correct? This is one of the biggest, right? Or does it say the biggest? I kind of want to go back. Secondary shuttle. It comes with a secondary shuttle, the Phantom 2. I've never opened my vintage collection Falcon, and I kind of might. I want to see them together. I have the Galaxy's Edge one. I've never opened it, but they've got removable panels, removable turret, removable top, removable middle, removable cockpit cover. It's a cool playset. It is a very, very cool playset. Full seating for 4 figures. Love to see that. You got the 4 different seats. Oh, look, it's Sabine's chair. There's Hera. Gotta love Hera. Nose turret with adjustable gunner seat. Look at it, and it rotates and moves. That's very cool. Detailed, very, very detailed interior. I love how they did this. This is an artist rendering. This is like CGI, not an actual camera they flew through there. It'd be way too small. But I love seeing this. It looks like it's going to be such a good playset. And if all the tiers get backed, you get all those different figures. So it includes Hera with the Melu Run Calicori and her blaster. She looks really good. Oh, look at it. 8,000 backers needed. Already got 8,000 backers. It's only been a few days. Ezra Bridger's the unlock with 11,000 backers. Kanan Jarrus at 14,000 backers. I love the artwork. Garazeb at 17,000 backers. $500 is a lot of bones. That's how much. That's literally how much it cost to do the barge. Oh, man. And, you know, something to bring up about Hasbro Pulse is, not specifically Hasbro Pulse, but Haslab. I'm going to get out of here real quick. Haslab has had some failures in the Star Wars arena. Let's see if do they even have them on here? There it is. The Rancor, not funded. The Black Series Riva lightsaber, not funded. Even in Marvel, Engine of Vengeance, not funded. Those are the only... Oh, here. Heroescape, not funded. So not everything gets funded automatically. There's been plenty of stuff that did not make it. And 2 in the Star Wars arena, which is crazy. 1 Marvel, 2 Star Wars, 1 Heroescape. And this one's already backed. It's already done. And I'm excited for it. But now, let's take a look at some of the footage from San Diego Comic-Con. Alright, now the first thing you can see is that removable turret. And look how big this thing is. It's massive. It is so big. And just, I don't know where, I don't have a table with empty space that big enough to put it. But here's a look at Hera. Comes with a Melu run and a Kalikori. She's a very good looking figure. I believe that's going to be very accurate to what you get in the package with this figure, whereas the model on the table is the prototype. So things may change. But there's Ezra. Oh, come a little Loth Cat and his helmet. And if these are themed to Ahsoka, if the ship is themed to Ahsoka, this is what Ezra's going to look like in Ahsoka. And that also tells me that this may be what Kanan looks like in Ahsoka, which means we're just going to see Kanan. And there's Zeb. I love that we're finally getting a proper 3.75 scale Zeb figure. He's definitely a little bit taller.
It's more about me finding.
And just here's a look at the cockpit in person. Oh, look how big that thing is. That thing is massive. I'm so excited for this. Honestly, I'm like super excited for this. It looks like it's going to be a really cool toy. And there's the Phantom. There's Chopper. You can see two of his little arms sticking out of his head there. There's the Phantom paint model shown. Product may vary in final production, pending licensing approval. So this is Hasbro's prototype. And wow, I'm very excited for it. We've got this other look. This is going from the other side here. I did want to show you the inside of the cockpit, or the inside of the gunner turret rather, and just some other views of the back so you can see it a little bit better. There it is. Look at the table, the whole seating area. There's like a picnic table in there. Some of the back engines. Oh, look at that. Honestly, I can't wait to see what the modding community does with this, because they did light kits with the Razor Crest, and you know people are going to come up with something. Like the Etsy crafter community are going to come up with ways to light those engines. They're going to come up with like cool little fiber optics options, and just I'm excited. But one thing I was noticing here is all the little details in the panels. Those panels look fake. They look like flat stickers, and the more I looked at them, I had to like zoom in and be like, oh no, that's paint. That's either yellow paint painted on, but those little panels I'm looking at, those are sculpted. All of those are sculpted details, and they look really good. It's got that little wicker chair. Guys. Now, not only that, but they have an Ahsoka Deluxe Sabine Wren coming out with Loth Cat, and this figure looks beautiful. It just looks beautiful. And this is the one not included with the Ghost, but you will be able to order and buy separately. All right, guys, I need to know your thoughts. How are you feeling about the Ghost? Are you backing it? Are you going to spend the $500 plus shipping? If you have the Hasbro Premium, whatever their thing is every year, you get free shipping. So that's actually a decent savings. Might be worth signing up for that and then backing the barge. Or not the barge. What year is it? Backing the Ghost. I think my move, though, like I said, is to sell the Razor Crest. It just sits there. I love it so much. I really do, but I feel like I want the Ghost more. How do you feel? How do you feel about that? Like, if you were in my position where I don't have any more room, I'm actually getting rid of a lot of my collection. And if you follow me over on Instagram and Facebook, you can see where I'm posting images of some of my collection every few days, where I'm trying to get rid of a lot of this stuff because I don't have room anymore. And it'd be nice to have the space and also the money, because that means I can add more to the collection. The more I get rid of, the more I can add. And I kind of want to get in that habit of, instead of hoarding, I start moving stuff out and get new stuff all the time. I think that's a better cycle. That way I can enjoy more. That way I can share more with you here in the videos. And yeah, that's it. I want to know your thoughts, so leave them down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the thumbs up button on the way out. Until next time, don't be a moof milker. Be the spark.